In this lesson, you will learn how to plot a layout and how to plot a drawing from model space. Open the Documentation 4 project file. Go to the Output tab and click the Plot tool here to open the Plot dialog box. It looks almost identical to the Page Setup dialog box. And everything is already configured according to the page setup. We could just click OK and it would go to the printer here. In this case, we're printing to an electronic format. It's always a good idea to preview your output before you send it. So click Preview. Zoom in closer because what you see here is what you're literally going to get. The line work here in the hatch patterns is too thick for my liking. I'd like to make that thinner before creating output. So let's cancel out of the preview and then cancel out of the plot command. Open the Layer Properties Manager and change the hatch layer's line weight to something thinner. Let's try 0.15 millimeters. Then go back to the plot command, take a look at its preview, and zoom in. This is going to look much better. To send the plot, click this icon. If we were sending this to a physical device, it would start printing right away. But since we're creating electronic output, it prompts us to save a file name. And it gives us a suggested file name, which is the drawing name -layout1. Click Save. My computer is configured to open PDF files when they're generated, so I see this here in Adobe Acrobat Pro. I can zoom in here and take a look at the output. It looks great. This is what someone would see if you sent them the PDF, even if they don't use AutoCAD. Now I'm going to switch back to AutoCAD. Notice that we have a balloon notification here just telling us that the plot and publish job is complete. We can close this. Now let's switch to Model Space by clicking the Model tab. This time, let's create a plot directly from Model Space. Click Plot. This time we have to choose what we want to plot. I'll choose Window, and then click the two opposite corners of a rectangle to surround the area that I want to output. The preview here shows the hatched area is my drawing, and this is the paper. I need to choose a printer driver first. This time I'll choose DWF6 ePlot to create a DWF file. This can be opened in Internet Explorer and in Autodesk's Design Review application. Let's change the paper size to ISO A3. Let's also choose to center the plot by checking this box. See how the preview jumps over when I check this? If you want to plot it out so that the drawing is at its maximum size on the paper, you can leave Fit to Paper checked. If, however, you want to plot it to scale, uncheck this and change the scale. Let's set it at 1:2. I'll choose a plot style table here, monochrome. You're prompted if you want to assign this plot style table to all layouts. We've already assigned it to the page setup on layout 1, but I'm going to choose No here because we might not want to assign it to layout 2. Then I'll go ahead and click Preview. It warns me that the annotation scale is not equal to the plot scale. Do you want to continue? I'll click Cancel, and then cancel again. I'll change the annotation scale to 1:2. Then I'll go back to the plot command again. But none of the things that I configured the first time around are saved. So this is the main disadvantage of using Model Space to plot. You also don't get the title block that was drawn in the layout. So I have to go through again and select everything as I did before. I'll select the plotter, the paper size, what to plot, the plot scale. I need to center the plot also. Choose the plot style table. Choose No, and then preview again. I'll zoom in. This looks good. I'll go ahead and create the DWF file, and I'll save it with its suggested name. Again, you get a balloon notification which you can immediately close. In this lesson, you learned how to use the plot command and its plot preview feature to verify your intended final drawing on screen prior to processing it as electronic or physical output.